Hi there, I'm WOJTEK. Welcome in my studio in Berlin. I got some questions to answer and they're pretty cool ones, so let's start with it. So my story with music started when I was 11, and back in that time I was listening to punk music, rock music. My favorite band was My Chemical Romance, and I really loved that, guys. I really wanted to be like these guys and play music like these guys. And so I decided to start with electric guitar. But at that time I had no electric guitar. I found an old acoustic guitar that belonged to my father. And so I started to play that. And I insisted my father to teach me how to play music and play the basic chords, techniques, and so on. So that was my start. But already from very beginning, I tried to create my own music and compose music. Even though I couldn't do it properly and the music was awful, I really loved that, and that passion to creation and composing music kind of drive me till today, and I love that. Another very important point in my life was when I got robbed in Paris. That was around 6 years ago. That was a kind of breaking point because I had no money, and the only thing I could do was playing music. And then I got to London and I found an old piano in public piano in King's Cross station in London, and I put a card that I'm robbed. I got robbed, I had no money, I need to come back home and I don't know how. And I put it on the piano and I started to play, and in 2 hours I got £200, which was like, wow, it was really amazing. And at that time I got really big self-confidence from what I do, and that my music is worth something and people like to listen to it. Alright, so Instinct is an album that I released in 2016, and it's an album that is purely piano solo. And Atmosphere, on the other hand, is the album that I released lately in 2020, and it's kind of album that blurs two genres, modern classical and downtempo electronic music. But the thing is, both albums have the same ground, the same common thing, which is listening to that music with awareness and mindfulness. And in both albums there is something bigger behind. There's a bigger concept behind. Like in Instinct, it was about living slower, getting out of the city and get it all slower. In Atmosphere, it's actually the same, but there is also one very important issue, which is climate crisis and how to tackle it. And so Atmosphere has been produced carbon neutrally. By this very important thing, I want to message people that climate change is very important and we have to act right now. But both albums are very different, and this is because I still experiment. I'm still looking for my own sound. I want to try new things, and right now I think I'm going into more electronic kind of music, and that's why Atmosphere sounds so different from Instinct. The great thing about instrumental music is that every listener can interpret it in their own way, and so I feel that music differently that you guys. I also truly believe that the music that I create and I compose is truly me, and it's truly me from inside out. And because I'm very concerned about climate change, I care about the planet, I care about the future of our planet, I think the music talks about it too. Yeah, I think I had more or less vision from the very beginning. It was not clear, it was kind of blurred, but there was something sparkling from the very beginning. I knew that I'm going to use this sort of instruments. I set myself this kind of limitations because limitations actually drive my creativity, which is kind of weird, but this is how I work. And so I limit myself with two synthesizers that you can actually see, and a piano and drums. And that was kind of 4 instruments that I started with. And I kept going with this, and that was kind of my beginning. And this is kind of that blurred vision. But along the process of compositions and working on that album, many things came up, like the concepts, the names, the meaningful things, what I wanted to give to people. I also knew that from the very beginning that the tracks I was working on at that time, I want to put them into one coherent compilation and one filled, like, full piece of art. I think we don't have a time for me to speak about all the artists that inspire me. I can only say that Erase Tape label, they have all the artists that are super amazing. But the thing is, lately, actually, it's more about the place where I'm in, which is Berlin, that is super inspiring, because there is so much new, fresh music released every week. People are working so creatively. You can find each sort of genre, each sort of music in the city, and I still think it's kind of capital of electronic music and club music. And the underground scene is still very fit and still alive, and that's something amazing. The best tip I probably got was never stop working, never stop composing, never stop doing music, because this is what you love. And even if you fail, like everyone fails, this is normal. You have to stand up and you have to go and keep on going and producing, composing, making connections, doing whatever, but still keeping close to music and have fun with it. Like, this is the base as well. Look, I have to have fun with it, otherwise nothing good comes out of it. Atmosphere is available only in digital, so you can listen to it only on streaming services. I didn't want to release a physical album this time because I couldn't find any sustainable solution to it. I couldn't find any material that would be good for the planet and wouldn't produce more waste. And also I wanted to cut emissions whenever it was possible, and so I decided to release the music only digitally. So if you want to support me, you can buy the album digitally. Yeah, a music video for Illusions has been produced carbon neutrally, and the main concept, the main idea was to use footage that has been already produced and create a totally new story out of it. Totally new visual piece of art. It was exciting already before releasing this album, because I had to contact people, artists, fellow artists, and speak about this project and speak about climate change. And that was already an amazing thing, because the topic of climate change appeared and we spoke about it, and we exchanged our thoughts, messages, and so on. And I found that not only me is concerned about climate change, but also my fellow artists. And yeah, we're kind of excited about this project and we cooperated. The biggest challenge, I think, was laying on the side of the music video editor, which was Balan Evans, and he had to create something amazing out of kind of a little bit randomly chosen footage. But I think he did great. I also think this is not the only and the last idea of creating carbon neutral music video. I already have some ideas in my mind for future, and yeah, keep subscribing my channels and so on, and you will find those ideas soon.